Good afternoon to all of you. We are talking about the United States of American economy and his international market. Uh, we are going to start with the his currency, that is the dollar. Dollar is the most important international reserve currency in the world and the most used by international transactions. Is the status of that world references currency has made in the official currency of several countries like Panama, Puerto Rico, Ecuador, Zimbabwe, and others one. Um, his currency was created in 1792 with the approval of Coinage Act. Their GDP per capita, they have a slope growing continue. In 2021, it closed at 69,287. The Cyprus is according to the list of the World Bank, and in the International Monetary Fund, the ranking United States is in the fifth position according to that company. The United States is the world largest importing and the second largest exporter of goods, as well as the largest importer and exporter of commercial services. Trade represents only the 23.4% of the country's GDP in 2020. This is according to the World Bank, and the top of United States export in 2020 were refined petroleum oils and also cars, and followed by electronic integrated circuits and also petroleum gases and auto parts and accessories by automobilistic companies. And to United States imports in 2020 includes automatic data processing machines, telephone system services, medicines, and crude oils and auto parts in the United States, Zinc 14 reciprocal free trade agreements, and five preferential trade programs, and 51 trade and international investment by framework agreements, and 48 bilateral invest trades. And the main trading partners of the United States in 2020 were Canada, Mexico, China, Japan, and United Kingdom, and also Germany. While the importance um, came mainly from China, Mexico, and Canada. Historically, United States has viewed trade and promoting economic growth, social stability, democracy, and improved international relations. However, in the recent years, the trade has been reserved and several trade conflicts across with China, and that has an instability by this type of economy. Thank you so much.
To continue, I'm going to talk about the economy of the United States. The United States, it's one of the strongest economies in the world, but its economy has been weakened mainly by external factors such as COVID-19, the war in Ukraine, and the energy crisis. Um, the GDP of the United States for the year 2021 was $23 trillion. With respect to 2020, its GDP grew by 5.7%. However, for the second quarter of the year 2022, the GDP contracted by 0.6%. These decrease were mainly due to the decrease in investment in private inventories, residential fixed investment, and the increase in imports. On the other hand, unemployment in this country is at 1 digit and has reached pre-pandemic levels until September of this year. This year, unemployment was 3.5%, which corresponds to a decrease in the rate compared to August, when it was 3.7%, which means a decrease of 0.2% of this indicator. In the United States, as in the world, there is an inflation phenomenon that hasn't been controlled. In this country, the central bank has the objective of maintaining inflation between 2 and 4%. This data for the month of September was 8.2%. The monthly variation of the CPA was 0.2%. So that the accumulated inflation for 2022 is 6.5%. Although this data has been decreasing, is not what the market of the central bank expected, and for this reason, this institution, the Central Bank of the United States, that is Fed, has had to take measures in the monetary policy of the United States through the intervention in the monetary policy rate that in the last month had an increase of 75 basic points, leaving this indicator in 3.25%. These measures are taken with the purpose of diminishing the demand of dollars in the market. These measures have been affecting the bonds of the United States since theirs are losing value, reason why its obtaining has fallen with the financial market. Another important indicator in the United States is foreign direct investment, since it's the most attractive country in the world for investment. For the year 2021, the incoming flow of FDI in this country was $367,376 million. The main investment sectors in this factor are the manufacturing sector, insurance and finance, the wholesale trade sector, and the oil sector. The United States currency, that is dollar, has been strengthening worldwide, and it has reached the point of reaching parity with the euro, and is approaching parity with the pound sterling, that is the official currency of United Kingdom. However, this brings economic effects in these developed regions and developing regions such as Latin America, as it makes the currency lose value, and inflation in these countries or regions increases more.
Okay, about the fiscal situation of United States, we have the public debt, which of the year 2021 was $29,463 billion. This was close to $30 trillion. while for the year 2020, it was $28,110 billion. And this reflected a growth of 4.6% from 2020 to 21. And well, on the other hand, the United States is one of the most indebted countries in the world, since its external debt represents 128.13% of its GDP. And likewise, the public debt per capita, it was for 2021 $88,697 per capita. And this represents a growth of $3,981 per capita more than the previous year. Well, the public debt has been growing steadily over the years. However, since 2011, the United States reached close to 100% of its public debt as a percentage of the GDP, with a value of $15,529 billion. Compared to 2011, there was a public debt per capita of $49,827, which shows a growth and increase of $38,870 in 10 years. On the other hand, according to the United States Treasury Department, which is the one that is in charge of maintaining these statistics, foreign countries hold around $7.7 billion, being by the end of 2021, Japan, the largest holder with $1.3 billion. China, on the other hand, was the second largest holder of United States debt in $1.1 billion. And well, at least $6.5 billion of dollars of the national debt is classified as government holdings, which includes part of the debt held by federal government agencies. That most of this debt is on foundations that are in charge to give like the old people some money. As for the exercise taxes that are applied, they vary according to the state, and many of them levy taxes locally. The rates range between 2.9% and 7.25%. And on the other hand, as for the income tax paid by the inhabitants of United States, it varies depending on their family status. I mean, if they are single, or if they are like with a couple, or they are married. And also it varies depending on the value of their income. But in general, the rates range between 10% and 37% for the year 2021. And that will be all. Thank you very much.